we are happy that we are back together again. Yesterday we were doing division, right? So I have done division with you guys, right? We have done division. I was just reaffirming it. But today what we're going to do is still going to continue with everything. In the answers of today, within working with now answering and responding to questions, I am also going to tailor it as what I wanted to go through with yesterday in terms of division. But we have done division together. If you're still unclear, it's fine. There will be time where you can just send me an email and say, you know what, I'm still unclear on this. I still need help. But from watching the video on YouTube under Africa Teen Geeks, from watching that video on YouTube, I promise you, there's no way you'll be unclear. From watching the video and from me and always telling you guys to say that with division, especially long division, what do you look for? What are you subtracting? You're subtracting multiples. When you are getting a reminder, it must not be more than what your divisor. These facts, when you are dividing something that has, when your divisor has 3 digits, what are you dividing into? 3 digits and more. Such facts are the ones that are reaffirmed within the video. So just go watch the video and everything will work out smoothly. Everything will work out smoothly. Guys, if you meet any problem, here's my Twitter handle and here's my email address. Use both. Use both. Here's my Twitter handle. Here's my email address. Please, I beg of you, use both. Please use both. Both Twitter and both email. Let us always be finding ourselves communicating with each other, speaking with each other. Let us not find that there's a communication gap. Please, 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 please. Right, so today we're doing word problems. This is what you are going to be tested on next week. Please make sure you have it. If you'll see that addition and subtraction are just 2 added elements, and then in terms of 3D and 2D shapes, I'm just going to be asking the simple things of saying, how many lines of symmetry does this thing have? What are vertices? What are edges? What are faces? Such things are going to be the questions that you get. So it's not a train smash. What's going to happen is that, yes, some bulk of the questioning will come from your division and multiplication, but we do need to add these other elements to see how clear you guys are on these concepts and what should we reaffirm. What should be reaffirmed. So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to write down the scope. 2 minutes. You can take a screenshot, as I always say, and 2 minutes to write down the scope. So we have tomorrow and Friday to cover up the rest that we have not covered. One more thing within it as well, such questions as, and please note this, such questions as what are prime numbers are going to be there? What are multiples are going to be there? What are factors are going to be there? Things that we have touched on and you must know at this level will be there. But I will touch on those things on Friday. In the final revision of it all, I will touch on those things. That I do promise you with my whole heart, I will touch on those things. What are prime numbers? What are multiples? What are factors? Those questions. You should know what are factors. That's one important thing, because if you have an issue with factors, it means that you'll also have a problem with when we're trying to do, there's a concept that we're going to do, but it's slipping my mind. But you should not have a problem with multiples and factors, especially since we're doing long division. You shouldn't have a problem with knowing what are multiples. Prime numbers, yes, maybe some people are new to prime numbers, but multiples should not be a stranger to anybody. What a multiple is should not be a stranger to anybody. It should be come out naturally. So you have those 2 minutes. Now you are left with about 20 seconds. 20 seconds, 20 seconds. You're left with about 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. You're left with about 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Today, it's gonna be a lot of question-based things. Right. Can I get a notification of who is done in the chat? Remember, guys, I taught you, you can screen grab, you can screenshot. Please, 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 please. Use the technology as much as possible. Please use the technology as much as possible. Make sure that if you can screenshot, screenshot. If you can screen grab, screen grab. Let us stick to writing down when we're working out more compared to every single thing that we must be writing down. Right. So here's a question. Tumi sells delivery trucks. That's a Mercedes-Benz trucks. She has 88,040 trucks, right? 8,040, which she needs to sell. How many trucks must she sell per week if she wants to finish in 10 weeks? How many trucks must she sell per week if she wants to finish in 10 weeks? She has 88,040 trucks. How many trucks must she sell per week if she wants to finish in 10 weeks? I am going to give you 4 minutes to do this question. Your 4 minutes starts now. Your 4 minutes have started. So work it out and then tell us, how did you work it out? Why did you use that method? You know, because remember I said, for you guys to understand maths, you must always know the how and the why. Those are the two important things in maths. How does it work? And why does it work? Why? Why does it work? Why? What makes this thing work? What mechanics behind this thing work? Why does long division work? How does it work? So please, 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 how and why? That is a beautiful track. That is a very beautiful track. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful track. A very beautiful track. So you have some time. I've given you 4 minutes to do it. If you are done, you'll tell me in the chat. Or you just raise your hand. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. So 1 minute mark. So 1 minute mark. So 1 minute mark. So I have my first person who wants to tell us the answer. I have the first person who wants to tell me the answer. Who else also wants to challenge to tell the answer? Who else also wants to challenge to tell the answer? Who else also has an answer, guys? Let's see. Let's have fun, guys. Let us have fun. Let us have fun. So I've got the first person who has the answer. Let's have fun. Must love maths. 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who has my answer? Who has my answer? Who has my answer? Who has my answer? All right, I've got one person as an answer. All right.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
I'm fantastic.
Um,
How did you work this out, and why did you use that method, and the how and why, as I always say? How did you?
so, sir, can we go to the slide first so that people can see what I'm explaining?
All right, awesome, awesome. Yes.
Yes. So, sir, so the division sum is 8,804, which is the answer for the sum 88,040 divided by 10. So here's how I did it. So first I said, how many times does 10 go into 8? Which is 0 times, but 0 cannot be before the number. So then I said 10. Yes. So then I said, what is 10 into 88? Which goes 8 times. So I put an 8 there, and then I said 8 times 10, which the answer is 80. So then I put that under the 88, and then I drew a line. Then I subtracted 88 minus 80, which equals 8. Then I brought down the 0 and said, how many times does 10 go into 80? Which is again 8 times. So I put an 8 there and then said 8 times 10 is 80. So then I put the 80 under the other and then drew a line and subtracted, which is equal to 0. So then I brought down the 4 and then I said, how many times does 10 go into 4? Which is 0 times. So I put a 0 there and then said 0 times 10, which is 0. So I put the 0 under the 4, drew a line and subtracted, which is equal to 40. And then I said, how many times so I brought down the 0. So and then I said, how many times does 10 go into 40? Which is 4 times. So I put the 4 there, and then I said 10 times 4 is 40. So then I put the 40 underneath the other, drew a line and subtracted, which is equal to 0. And there's my final answer. But sir, do you know a cheap way of quickly doing this sum? All you have to do is just look at the 10.
About to say it, but you can go about it. I'll just set it up. You can tell us about the cheat way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it because that's the way I used to do it in primary school. But you can say, right? So you've got 1040, then what do you do?
So, sir, the cheat that I learned doing this is by seeing that if you have 10 here, so I remember this thing of how you multiply by 10 and 100 and so forth, which is equal to putting a 0 on top. The number of times you have the 0 in that digit, in those two digits, then you will add it to there. So then I also learned the inverse operation of that. So I said 888,040 divided by 10. Then I was like, oh, okay, so I just have to subtract the 0 and that's it.
And then you have your answer. It comes from saying that, remember that, as you said, the inverse or the opposite of division is multiplication. So to create this, all you needed to do was multiply by 10. What we learned was we would write it out, and if it has 1 0, it means one way or another, if there was a multiplication, it was multiplied by 10. So you divide by 10, so you say this 0 goes away, this 0 goes away, and you know anything divided by 1. Remember, every fraction, the division is a division. So anything divided by 1 is itself, which gives us 8,804. But yeah, but both ways work and both ways get you the answer and both ways are acceptable. So thank you so much. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? There's nothing to that example. All I would just say, guys, is that always remember that when you are subtracting with long division, we are subtracting multiples. The only situation where you don't find yourself subtracting a multiple, it's when in your quotient, remember you've got a quotient right up here, right? In your quotient, right here in our quotient, there's a 0 in between numbers. So if there's a 0 in between numbers, like you see that as I'm going along, I'm going to bring down a number, right? And I see that there is a 0 in between the numbers. It means that here I'm going to find this situation whereby there's still a chance to bring a number down. I just brought down a number. It's still smaller than my, my divisor. So since it's smaller than my divisor, that means in here there's a 0. But also one thing you must remember, that another thing about long division is that your remainders you must never find that you have remainders that are, how do you say this? You must never find that you have a remainder that is more than your divisor. And as well as you must always find that when you are subtracting multiples of your divisor. But if there are no questions, I'll give a quick minute, or let me say yes, I'll give you guys a quick minute to write down the correct answers and the correct answer, and then we go on to the next one. So it's just a quick minute to write down the correct answer, and then we go to the next one. So it shows that you guys are clear on when it comes to long division. It shows that you guys have you've mapped up a way in your minds, that in your mind somewhere in that safety deposit box you've mapped up a way. Why also, to explain why also did we use division, was they said per week. They said Tumi has 88,040 trucks, right? She needs to sell these trucks, right? And she wants to finish in 10 weeks. So you need to divide that thing by 10 weeks to say, in each and every week, how many trucks must I sell? How many times must I share 88,040 to be able to sell all of those trucks in 10 weeks? So best way to do it was division. Best way in the world. Best way to do it was division. Right. You have. Are we all done? Can I get a notification in the chat that if we're done writing down the answer? Can I please have been notified in the chat if we're done writing down the answer? I'll need just a few. I'll need confirmation from 5 people, and then we're done. Even if you screenshot, you can consider yourself as a person who's done. And then we're done. All right, so I see quite a few. So it's fantastic. 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next one. Good. There are 450 schools in a town, in the town Lansing. with 43 classrooms in each school. How many classrooms are in Lansing altogether? So there's this town named Lansing that has 450 schools. Each of those schools has 43 classrooms. How many classrooms are in that town? How many classrooms are in that town altogether? I am going to give you 4 minutes to get the right answer. About 4 minutes, eh? Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes is more than enough, honestly. 4 minutes is more than enough. 4 minutes is more than enough to get the answer. 4 minutes is more than enough. 4 minutes is more than enough. Four minutes. 4 minutes. Please, no calculators. Read the question very carefully. There are 450 schools in the town Lansing, with 43 classrooms in each school. How many classrooms are there in Lansing all together? There are 450 schools in the town Lansing, with 43 classrooms in each. How many classrooms are in the town Lansing altogether? So if you're going to add all the classrooms of all the 450 schools, how many classrooms were you going to get? How many classrooms were you going to count? Think very carefully. Think very carefully. Think very carefully. Think very carefully. I see some of the answers I've received. Yeah, think very carefully. Imagine yourself counting those classrooms. Think very carefully. Think very carefully. One minute left. 1 minute left. Who has our answer? Think about the answer very carefully. think. So whoever thinks they have the answer, just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. You have about 20 seconds left. Whoever thinks they have an answer and are ready to explain, you have about 20 seconds left. Whoever thinks is our answer. Whoever feels that they have the answer and wants to give it a try. Let's try here. Hello? Hello?
Sir.
Hello, how are you?
Sir, the answer. Okay, sir, the answer was you have to multiply 43 by 450.
Yeah, so let's see. Is the method right here?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Right. So then how did you do it? How did you do the multiplication?
Okay, sir. I got the answer by doing this. I did 450 times 43, which equaled to, no, I did.
What did you do? Did you use this method or use the other method? Which method did you use? Okay. Let me try one more time.
I used the other method.
Use another method of what?
Yes.
How did you do it?
Okay, sir, I did this. I multiplied 40 by 43. I got 35. No, 50.
You got 19,350.
Yes. By multiplying 450 by 43.
Okay. I get where you get. I want okay, I get you. Did you use a specific method?
No.
All right, okay, it's fine. Is there anyone who used a specific method? Thank you so much for answering for us. Is there anyone who used a specific method in getting the answer? Is there anyone who used a specific method so that I can explain how the method that I use specifically? Is there anyone who used a specific method in getting the answer? Anyone? Anybody who used a specific method in getting the answer? All right. All right, let me explain. So you start here. You say 450 multiplied by 43. Then you say 3 times 0 is what? 0. 3 times 5 is 15. So it's the 5. I carry 1. 1. 3 times 4 is what? 12. Plus 1 is what? 13. So I put the 1 and the 3 because there was nothing else to multiply this side. I go. Now I remove any number that I had to carry previously, I remove it. Then I go to the next one. Now, because this is not just any ordinary 4, it's not just any ordinary 4 that we came across or just any ordinary number. This is a 40, right? So here, place value is very important because it's not just any ordinary 4. No. It's a 40. When you say 40, it means that's what we're talking about. It's a 40. So what do? We put what? A placeholder. A placeholder, we place a 0 over here. Why? Because we're dealing with a 40. You're not dealing with just an ordinary 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. No. You're dealing with 40. 40. And since we put the 0 here as a placeholder, then we can start. 4 times 0 is what? 0. 4 times 5. Sorry about that. Can I just erase that? Then I say 4 times 5 is 20. So I put the 0 here and then I carry 2. Then I say 4 times 4 is 16 plus 2 is what? 1 and 8. 18. Then I just add 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 0 is 3. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1, there was nothing here to add. Then you have now 19,350. That's the best method of using it. This one is nice and easy. Why? Because in this sum here, this side, you are speaking, this row belongs to our unit here, the 3. Then this side here belongs to the 10. The 10, which is what? Dealing with the 4. Dealing with the 4. So it's very, 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 very easy. Very, very simple. Not too complicated. And the reason why we used it is that they said there are 450 schools, right? Each school has 43 classrooms. We want to know each and every how many classrooms are there if we're going to count them one by one. We needed to use multiplication. Why? Because multiplication is just like repeated addition. So it's the same of going 43 plus 43 plus 43 plus 43 plus 43, because they are considering all the classrooms that are in the 450 schools, every single classroom. So it's the same as going and counting each classroom one by one. The same as if you are counting each classroom one by one after the other. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? Is there anyone who is confused? Is there anyone who is confused, who does not understand this method? All right, then please write it down. I'll give you I'll give you about 30 seconds now, then we will do one more question, just to quickly write down the answer. Just to quickly jot down the answer, and then after that, we do one more question. After doing that one last question, then I pop up your homework and then we discuss the plan for tomorrow. Because we have a plan tomorrow. So we discuss what are we going to do tomorrow. So anyone, can I just get a notification of who's done writing? Who is done writing the method? Okay, awesome. Next. Right. This is the last question we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes to do it, and your time starts now. Samantha made 13,820 from selling pizza in 1 month. When he or she sells each pizza, or when he or she sells each pizza for 20 Rand, how many pizzas did he sell to make 13,820? Sometimes Samantha is for he, or sometimes for she. But how many pizzas did he sell in order to make 13,820 if each of them were 20 Rand each? How many? From selling pizza in 1 month, each were 20 Rand, how many pizzas did he sell to make 13,820? How many pizzas? How many pizzas? One of my favorite things in the world. You have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes left. You have 3 minutes left. And please, I hope we are not using the dreaded calculator, one of my enemies of this world. I hope we are not using the calculator. I hope we are trying our best to do the method, because that is what is very important. The method is very important. You know, if you know how to do the method, it stays with you forever, that you don't find yourself ever using a calculator in your life. I don't even know where the calculator is on my phone to show that no, there is some form of understanding. Right. Almost 1 minute left. Almost 1 minute left. Almost 1 minute left. Almost a minute left. Almost a minute left. Almost a minute left. Almost a minute left. Ten seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who has the answer for us? All right, looking at the time, and I want to give you guys the homework. Let me do it. Right, so what we needed to do was divide, because we wanted to know how many pizzas did she sell or he sell to make this amount of money. So we needed to just divide to find out if it was going to be a multiplication, how many pizzas did that Samantha sell. So we say, since it's 2 digits, right? 2 digits, once you see something that is 2 digits, it means that you're going to start dividing into something which is 2 digits or more, right? And then we start. 20 into 13 doesn't work. 20 into 138 goes sometimes 6 times. Why? Because we're looking at 120. Because 6 times 6 times 20 is 120. 138 minus 120 is 18. Bring down the 2. 20 in 182 goes how many times? 9 times. Why? Because we're looking for a multiple that is, because 182 is not a multiple of 20, but we know one before that, which is 180, which means that it's 9 times. So 9 times 20 is 180. 182 minus 180 is 2. Bring down the 0. 20 into 20 goes what? Once. 1 times 20 is 20. 20 minus 20 is 0. He sold or she sold 691 pizzas. 691 pizzas, all in all. I'm going to give you 30 seconds now to write down the answer. 30 seconds to write down the answer. Your 30 seconds have started. So we can quickly go to the homework. She sold, yes, yes, 691 pizzas. Always, guys, remember that you are always going to be, it's a simple method of dividing, multiplying, subtracting, and bringing down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That's the method that we use. Always, 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 always. That's the method that we use. Right. I hope you guys are done writing down the answer. Yes. I hope you guys are done writing down the answer. Here is what we call work of the home. Or in other words, homework. Please write down your homework. Are there any questions that you guys have? Please write down your homework and you can send it to me via email. I'll drop my email in the chat right now. You can send it to me via email for me to check how you did it. But here is your homework. Are there any questions? Does anyone have a question for me in relation to today's work? Tomorrow, what we are going to be looking at is 2D and 3D shapes. Looking at 2D and 3D shapes. That's what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. 2D and 3D shapes. Yes. So here is the homework. It's a mixture of multiplication and you're going to be using long division here. But tomorrow we're looking at 2D and 3D shapes. That is tomorrow's lesson. We're looking at 2D and 3D shapes. So please do this homework and also find out what is a vertex, an edge, and a face. A vertex, an edge, and a face. But tomorrow we're going to be doing 2D and 3D shapes. Yes. 2D and 3D shapes. But we're not going to be too in-depth. We're going to cover it, most of it, and yes. So you're going to be using both, you're going to be looking at using both multiplication and long division here. Right, so you can also send it to me via email. If there are no questions, thank you guys so much for attending the lesson. Thank you guys for being superstars. I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.